Letter from John Jones, Confederate Private, July 5th, 1863. Dearest Mother, I write this letter with a heavy heart, knowing that words cannot truly capture the horrors of what we have faced these past days. I hope this finds you in good health, but I fear that even the comforts of home can no longer ease the weight I carry from what happened at Gettysburg. The battle began on the 1st of July, and by the time the third day came to an end, I had seen more death than I ever thought possible. The Union forces were relentless. We charged forward with all the strength we could muster, but it was as if the very ground beneath us rejected us. Our brothers fell one by one, and for every man we sent forward, a dozen of our own were cut down. We fought bravely, at least I like to think we did, but the odds were against us from the beginning. We made our way toward Little Round Top, but the Union soldiers were dug in deep, and their lines held strong. I watched as General Lee's plans faltered, and I could see the fear in his eyes as the day wore on. I lost so many good men, friends I had known since the beginning of this war. I could only watch in helplessness as they were carried away, their faces pale and lifeless. I'm sorry to say that I'm not sure how much longer we can hold on. The retreat has begun, and I fear the South may be losing this war. I know you'll pray for me, as I pray for you, but I must admit that my own faith has been tested here. What are we fighting for, Mother? I cannot say I know anymore. Perhaps I fight for the memory of those we've lost, but I wonder if it will all be worth it in the end. Please keep me in your prayers. I will write again if I can, but the days are long, and the road ahead is uncertain. With love, John. Letter from Jack McKay, Union Sergeant, July 6th, 1863. My dearest Elizabeth, I hope this letter reaches you swiftly and finds you well, though I write with a heavy heart, knowing that the words I have to share will trouble you. The battle we fought at Gettysburg was like no other I've experienced, and I find myself struggling to find the right words to describe it. The Confederates came at us with fury and desperation. We held our positions at Little Round Top, knowing that the hill was our key to victory. But they came, wave after wave, with all the might they could muster. I've never seen men fight so hard, so fiercely. But we stood firm, and though it cost us dearly, we pushed them back. There were moments I feared we would not hold. I've lost men I considered brothers, good, brave men who fought beside me for the same cause. Their faces will haunt me for the rest of my days. In the chaos, I could only focus on keeping my men in line, making sure they didn't break. They trusted me, and I could not let them falter. Every command felt like a weight I couldn't bear, but I knew I had to keep them moving, keep them fighting. We couldn't afford to lose. By the end of the third day, I knew we had won. But what kind of victory is this, Elizabeth? The fields are littered with the dead and dying, and my heart is heavy with the thought of the lives we've lost on both sides. The smell of gunpowder and blood fills the air, and there's no glory in that. No glory in watching men die in front of you, knowing that you could do nothing to save them. We've won the battle, but the war is far from over. I don't know how long we can keep this up, but we'll fight on, as we must. I hold on to the thought that we fight for something greater, something worth the sacrifice. But in moments like this, I wonder if we'll ever truly see the end of this madness. Please don't worry too much for me. I'll keep my head down and my rifle steady. But there are days when I can't help but think of you and our little home back in New York. I dream of returning to you, but I don't know if that day will come. All I can promise is that I'll fight with everything I have until the day this war ends. Yours always, Jack. These films have been created to highlight the powerful features of Polyspeaks for You, South Africa's leading accessibility software. Learn more at www.polyspeaks4u.co.za. We invite you to support this meaningful dyslexic initiative, crafted and developed by an individual who personally understands the challenges of dyslexia.